ಹ್ಮ್.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಕ್ಲೂಲೆಸ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಯಾನಿಟಿಗೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಓ, ಇರಿ. ಆ, ಇದು ನಮ್ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ RCB ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಅಲ್ಲ. ದಿಸ್ ಟೈಮ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಮಿಡ್ ಸೀಸನ್ ರಿವ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ IPL ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ವಿ ಹವ್ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ಡ್ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ದ ಹಾಫ್ ಆಫ್ IPL. ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ been part of this. I mean, we had this core committee back then also to discuss who will do what. So let's touch up on each team or on a whole. Akshar, over to you.
Yeah, thank you for that introduction, Abhi. And guys, welcome back. It's been a really action-packed IPL, very close table, still all up for grabs. Maybe two teams going out. We've had 40 games completed. 41 is ongoing today. Looks like Mumbai will finish it. And I think now is a good time. We all made predictions. Amog very boldly said LSG will come 10th. Uh, such kind of statements. Let's see what we will have today. I want to do it a bit uniquely. I already jump into what you think are the top four, and then let's start the conversation from there. Vishal, let's begin with you today. Let's see.
Oh, sure. I think that's a bouncer first question that you've asked. Top four with the table, how it's looking at this point of time. Too many teams stacked up at 10 points, and there are two, three teams at the bottom who are not doing well. I think
Yeah.
the second half of the season is basically going to be which team is going to peak at the right time. At this point, if you look at the table, it looks like Gujarat is doing really well, as Amog rightly mentioned in the call that we had just before the season. And I feel Mumbai is peaking at the right time. So for me, Gujarat, Mumbai, Punjab.Kings just because of Shreyas Iyer's captaincy. And
Mm.
the fourth spot is going to be up for grabs. I'm not sure which is the fourth team. Maybe RCB, looking at the fixtures that they have. But
Mm.
I have a strange feeling that Mumbai is going to do really well moving forward
And,
in the
and
second half of the
and
tournament.
not DC, although they're 2 points above both Punjab and RCB. You say they will miss out.
Yeah, it's very hard, right? So you look at the fixtures. Delhi Capitals have to play teams among the top four or five, which
Mm.
is going to be hard. And looking at the franchise, it is going to be the first time in a long time that Delhi is going to fight for a playoff or play pressure situation games. So looking at the squad and looking at the fixtures, these four, I might be way off, but this is what I think
I
is going to
think
happen.
not too off, but okay. Let's
Yeah.
see. Abhi, your take.
I'll go with GT, DC, MI, and RCB. So
Mm.
I feel LSG will falter even though they are at 10 points at the moment, right? So um, and Punjab, yeah, Punjab again.
Mm.
Even though Shreyas Iyer is a good captain, but a team as a whole, uh, there are too many questions that ifs and buts.
Mm.
DC somehow will get in. Mumbai for sure, the way they are coming back, and you have a lot of match winners there. So
Mm.
Mumbai definitely. RCB because I have a feeling that they will slowly start winning the home games.
Mm.
So uh, two or three home wins is more than enough for them to get into the top four.
Okay, interesting. And Amog, your pick.
Yeah, I completely am with Abhishek over here. In this, the fourth team is a clear battle between Mumbai Indians, LSG, and Punjab Kings. In that LSG, after seeing what happened yesterday, I don't know if Rishabh Pant was injured. If he was injured, then it makes sense. But if that is not the case, him not coming to bat is absolutely the most danda move on earth which has ever happened. They lost the match there itself. Him not come once Puran got out, he should have been the next person to bat there. If he was not 100% fit, I don't know the news, so but if he was fit and he didn't play, that I think they will not get up. Like how KKR never got up from that loss from PBKS.
Yeah.
LSG also will not wake up from that loss yesterday. It'll be a battle between um,
Mm,
Punjab and Mumbai. Those two will fight. That's going to be like that CSK and RCB of
mm,
last year.
mm.
Those two teams. They're going to fight for that fourth spot. But the
Oh,
top three will remain the same. The top three is going to remain the same.
that-
And I feel, Rajat's luck is. See, people are saying, "Oh, we are losing the match. We're losing the match," but we are losing because we're batting first. In a place like Chinnaswamy, it makes a world of a difference if you chase.
mm.
When you're batting first, you always want to get that extra 20 runs and you lose. But if you're batting second, you know, okay, 210 is your target. I need to pace this way. And we'll win the match if you just need to win the toss. I feel if you chase, 100% will break the jinx of
I
at home also.
I share your opinion 100%. I also believe that this RCB batting needs to put more trust in its bowling. They don't need to score 20 above par at Chinnaswamy like every other season. Our bowling is really good, and they can actually score 20 under par and still make and win. We scored like 100 under par probably and still made a match against Punjab. So um, my feeling, actually, contrary to your thoughts, I feel Mumbai has found their combination. Everyone is back in form. My pick is that Mumbai not only qualifies but will be in top two. I feel like with GT they go right up there. They will also beat yeah, LSG soon, and then put them even lower, keep them low, and then they keep building it up. I feel RCB will be very close to these two people, but I don't know which side we will fall, and will be a very close third. And the fourth is going to be a mess, a proper chaotic struggle between Punjab, LSG, and DC. And yeah, I don't know who is going to go where. I feel I understand captaincy of some are better than the others, but all three have won really close games. LSG twice, in fact, and I'm not convinced. It's in the end a coin toss between these three, and they play. Some of them play each other as well. So those are going to be very interesting contests. Personally, my thoughts. Okay, we started with the top four because I already hear some common names, and I think I expected that. So keeping it in open and giving others a fair chances. I think most of us at the starting of this, when we were predicting, we predicted an SRH and KKR. They retained a lot of players. They put trust. Do you think they put trust in the wrong players? Did they go after retaining maybe the out of form players, or what do you think went wrong? Abhi, you can start there.
Yeah, when we started, I guess I predicted SRH to be at the bottom of the table.
Mm,
But I still had hopes on KKR. Um, See, I guess it's more of a pressure situation, like
mm,
Amog rightly said, when we are trying to, he took the RCB example, right? When we are trying to put that 20 runs extra, we are faltering, right? So I guess the brand of cricket these two teams have played
mm,
in the past 2, 3 years, I
mm.
guess they're trying to replicate it, and that is where they're failing.
They're failing.
And it's very fast. IPL is very fast. By the time you realize where is the miss, 4 to 5 games are done, and you have won only one game. That
Mm,
is the case with these two teams. I still feel KKR is better when compared
mm,
to SRH
mm.
in terms of team balance, but again, they're not getting the right combination at the right moment.
I have two
Also,
branches. Okay, Abhi. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, just a point. I don't know whether or KL Rahul has more hate towards Goenka, or Amog has more hate because he's always putting LST down.
uh,
Uh, since you brought my name up, I'll just tell you, I'm pleasantly surprised that LSG is there in that mix. I was thinking there'll be a CSK or a CSK, or it's purely because Nicholas Purin came out of the
box.
out of the chapter.
Hmm.
But now he's back to form. Now the rest of the season he's back to form. LSG will
Uh,
remain there.
Nicholas Purun is doing a Sanju Samson. That's what Amog is saying. Stat padding in the first half and then doing nothing in the. That's Amog's prediction, not mine. Um, Actually, there were two questions I wanted to ask, similar with this thing. Vishal, first to you. Um, if you see some really big money, big ticket purchases, Venkatesh Iyer, Rishabh Pants, they have not they have not at all performed this entire IPL. Do you think there's just too much on that money, or is it a factor of other players around that these teams have put so much money in one person that they didn't have enough funds to create a balance? What do you think is happening there?
I think it's a combination of both. So, with respect to Venkatesh Iyer, I was pleasantly surprised at the position that he was playing for KKR this year,
Hmm.
because last year when we won the title, he played at number three for us, and this year he's playing number five. So there's a change in position, and yeah, with the big money that he got from the auction, which is not his fault at all. It's how the dynamics of how auction works, right? So maybe there is additional pressure on him to perform this year, but he's playing a very different role this year compared to what he did last year for us. So yeah, the entire setup has been very different for KKR this year. Coming to Rishabh Pant, a new franchise, yeah, and the team has been built around him. The costliest player in the IPL. It's not been
Yeah.
working well for him, but his team is doing pretty well, to be honest, with the resources that they have. One thing that we have to remember is they don't have their first bowling attack, right? The first set of
Yeah.
bowlers, most of them are injured, and they've done pretty well with the resources that they have, to be honest, and where they are at the table. But one more thing I would like to add here is if you look at the teams that have retained the full quota of players, except Mumbai Indians, all the other teams are struggling, right? You take KKR as an example, Rajasthan Royals, CSK, and even in SRH, they are in the bottom half of the table. And
Mm.
it looks like it might be a coincidence, but it looks like as if they've spent too much money on their existing players and they couldn't buy the uncapped Indian players who could come up and perform in the IPL. And the teams which are performing at this point of time, the unknown players are the ones performing. Well, we can take Priyansh Arya as an example, or Vipraj from Delhi as an example. These unknown players where the other teams just didn't have enough money to buy them. So yeah, there's a lot of things got to do with the auction, how it played out, the players retained, but there are some players who haven't performed according to expectations.
Indeed, there are quite a few top names. I will come to that soon, but finishing, yeah, this general summary. Um, we started out the season with some really high-scoring games. We were talking at one point, oh, will 300 be broken? That kind of yeah, questions were being thrown up. Do you think suddenly the ball is back in the game? We are seeing now, yeah, repeatedly teams trying to go too far, hard too early and losing. What do you think, Amog? Is the balance
Yep.
back in
Yep.
good?
So two factors obviously. One is that after 10 overs, the ball change. That factor is making a big difference.
Hmm,
And two, we should never, ever, ever forget the fact that saliva rule is back. So if you
hmm,
see that saliva thing, what's happening is ball is see in Tamil the dialogue comes out very nicely. So I'm going to say it in Tamil. இவ்வளவுதான் இவ்வளவுதான் ball move ஆகணும் இவ்வளவுதான். That's all the ball has to move for between going for a 80-meter six and going right up in the sky. And that exactly was a perfect example of yesterday's match. If
hmm.
you had watched the match yesterday, the ball was just tailing in a little. And Mukesh Kumar suddenly is like, oh my God, what? Mukesh Kumar looked like he's an unplayable bowler. right? That was because the ball was just tailing in a little. And
Mm.
140, everyone bowls at 140. So everyone who bowls at around at 140 and the ball tails a bit is going to be very tough. So
To
it's going to
line.
be
I,
yeah, it's going to be tough to line up and just hit every ball out of the park.
the good sign for that was also the Stark's final overs and also the super over. Man, some
Yes,
of his
yes,
balls
yes.
are
Otherwise, he'll
like
enter cultivator
amazing.
farm.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he would have been hit for two, three, four, fours. You know the and the other factor. So that made a big difference,
Hmm.
which has made this. The fact that 300 was what everyone thought, oh, in the Osho 300 for sure, has reduced big time because of that. And if you see the number of sixes also, how much it's reduced. Last year by now, Ayra Kitta poet no, it reached nearing 2000. So it's good for a cricketing person who likes to watch that. 15 runs per hour, oh, the match is on. You
Hmm.
think that the match is on if it is 15 runs per hour. But now, if you have reached 15 runs per hour, then you know that the bowling team has an upper hand to win the match now. Before 15 runs in a 18 run per hour and moon hour on 18 balls, 54 runs would hit. Right? So it's
I'm going to stop you and continue this segment to two more things. I want you guys to tell me. Yeah, yeah the person or player that you were like most impressed by in this entire IPL, and the bizarrest or funniest thing that you saw this IPL. What you yeah what you want to share. So we'll do it back in the opposite round. Amog, you may start.
um, the most so every year I in my team I say I get impressed by someone and I'll be like, I'm gonna play like this man. This season I'm gonna play like him. So it was for a couple of years it was like Nicholas Puran initially. I was like, I'm gonna play like Puran da Parra. And then I was like Abhishek Sharma when he did all the awesomeness last year. I was like Abhishek Sharma. So this year I'm saying that I'm gonna play like Sai Sudarshan. It's such class that I have been super impressed by how easy he's making it look. He's
Yeah.
making it look very easy. It looks like, he has all the time in this world to play it
And
how he wants.
GT is riding on all their successes. There's top three. They're like, oh, they're so good, but they're also so consistent. And it's the other day when I saw their game, they didn't start their power play by on fire. It's not like they're going after from ball one, but suddenly in the middle overs, they're playing all these amazing touch shots as well as placing them to sixes. It's amazing to watch them. Yeah. And most bizarre event, Amol.
Bizarre event. I was not there for 15 days, so I didn't watch matches for
Mm.
15 days, but I obviously followed the score. So I don't know any bizarre event. You guys should tell me actually.
Okay. Avi, we can go to you next.
Um, the player I was impressed is Aniket Verma. The reason I am taking his name is last year, I guess, we saw someone like Shashank Singh and Ashutosh Sharma, right? Those who could finish. And in a team like SRH with such a heavy batting loaded team
Mm.
who have been failing consistently, this guy comes out of nowhere and plays some amazing shots,
Mm.
right? So and doing that finishing touch. So, yes, from the batting perspective, definitely him. And bowling, I was pretty impressed with Vipraj
Mm.
because uh, mm, it's very rare you get a spinner doing really well and
Really
picking
well.
wickets, right? So, um, and coming to bizarre moment, I guess today's game, no, I'll go by the today's game. Ishan Kishan's wicket, where
Ah,
the
yeah,
umpire was
yeah.
umpire was clueless, and also Abhinav Manor's hit wicket.
Hit it.
Everyone thought it was a great ball by Trent Bolt. Of course, it was a wide Yorker, but it was a hit wicket, and the commentators thought it was a great in swinger. So, yeah.
I didn't see all that. Okay, I didn't see the wickets. that fell today. So,
Yeah.
but I just saw the Crickbus update that a bizarre thing happened. Yes.
No. Vishal?
Yeah, for me, actually, the best thing about this IPL is how Gujarat Titans have gone about their business in the first 6 overs in their batting. So I was looking at some numbers, and Gujarat Titans have the slowest run rate in the first 3 overs of the
Yeah.
power play, and the highest run rate in 3 overs of the power play. So both of them, Shubman Gill and Sai Sudarshan, the way they've set up the innings, it's been amazing to watch. All the other teams and all the experts, including all of us here, always talk about going hard in the power play, hard in the first 6 overs. But they have found their own template and they have been super successful so far,
Mhm.
and they're top of the table, right? So they're just telling the world that T20 is not all about hitting sixes or going at 10 runs per over, 12 runs per over in the first 6 overs. There is a method to the madness, and
Mm.
whatever works for you, you do that, and they're successful.
And I
So that's
think
been my
that,
biggest learning
yeah,
with respect to how you bat in the power play. And the most bizarre moment for me was from Bartlett. He's a bowler who played for Punjab.Kings, and this was against KKR. I think Raghuvanshi was the batter, and he hit I think a cut shot or whatever it is. I don't remember what happened, but Bartlett tried to field the ball, but when he tried throwing it back, the ball
yeah,
slipped out of and went to the boundary.
yeah, that
And
was,
I was like, okay, you
uh,
get a boundary, but actually we got 5 runs because I'm a KKR fan. And then I
yeah,
realized it's the 5 runs is because of the overthrow, and the overthrow
yeah,
was 4. So
yeah.
that was a bizarre moment, and that's something that
That,
I've
that
never
was
seen
that
at all
was
in
that
my life.
was really funny actually,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the first run was completed. That's why they gave
exactly.
Yeah.
a four. So the throw was when they were doing the second run. If the first run was not completed, indeed it was just.
I
And
saw
that
this
too,
as
it
a
was in a match where they still. Uh,
They still won the match.
yeah,
So that's what I
exactly.
wanted to end it
That
by.
that
So
was
they
that was the bizarreness, and to me
exactly.
that was actually I have two bizarre moments. Um, Firstly, catching in this IPL has been very poor.
Pathetic.
awful,
So, oh
awful.
man, I don't know. I see some of these drops. It's like no one knows how to run and catch something over their head. And
PSL
in
level.
the boundary line, people are catching and putting their feet on the other side or touching the ropes, like things we took for granted because of the high quality we used to see, like people
Yes.
jumping back, catching and throwing. Okay, we saw Salt do it once, and you know these amazing catching moments that they usually show,
Mhm.
like a package by Midway. You have like 20, 30 amazing moments. This
Yes.
time, I don't know where the quality has dropped. That is one bizarre, and the second is in batting teams chasing. It's suddenly like they don't know how to do the most basics of things under pressure. It's bizarre how that has also happened. The number of 9 runs in the last over that is defended, things like that. I'm quite amazed by that. The most bizarre choice I
Thanks to
felt
RR.
was
Thanks to RR.
yeah, thanks to horror. But also their moment for me is the most bizarre was the choice of players for the super over and not completing their super over because they gave their wickets away due to two really stupid runouts. Man, I saw that super over and I was like, "Whoa, what are they doing?"
I didn't
The
see
choice
this.
of batters were wrong. There was Nitish Rana, who was playing so well in the match, he didn't get a chance. There were so many such misses throughout. Then Sandeep Sharma getting the ball when you have a Jofra Archer. I don't know what they did that super over, that entire super over, and the fact that they even got there is the most bizarre thing to me this entire IPL. Shout outs to some really good talents. I thought Priyansh Arya, also Prabsimran, amazing. They should go on to capitalize those starts of 30 and make them 70 and 100 and make selectors notice them. But I guess not what they have done so far.
I just this came up to my mind. I wanted to say, I think one of the most Uh, the best moment was not on the field, but what Mumbai Indians did as a collab to introduce Bumrah back. That
Mm.
promotional video is probably one of the most iconic moments in like about 17 to 18 years. How you announce a king of the jungle to come back is probably one of the coolest moments that I ever seen.
Mm.
The way they brought him back, and you can see the aura has changed already. Already, the second he's come in, the team is looking so much different. How he bowled those amazing overs against Chennai. He clearly was the difference between 175 and 195 there. He was
Yeah.
brilliant. He just came and he started to see the show. And it's obviously, Bumrah is Bumrah, but it's really good to see him come back in that full aura, and he's
I
almost
mean,
looking like
Aura's back performance, I'm still putting some question marks. I thought how Karun Nair played him, and that match, I think Mumbai shouldn't have won as well. Like,
that's what that from there was the change of the momentum for them. They
yeah,
in all honesty, they were gone. They were gone and buried and done and dusted. But then to come back from once they won that match, it was from there. It was just Mumbai's thing.
exactly. It was like the Afghanistan victory for Australia. They suddenly
Australia.
start feeling like they're
Yeah.
invincible, and yeah, that I hold them really strongly for that Delhi. Um, okay, let's anyway. We have wrapped up most of our coverage till now. One last minute for any shout out, something you want to say, and then we close the session.
KKR seventh position தான் நான் சொன்ன மாதிரி.
Okay, Abhi.
One shout out to Stark. The way he changed, I guess the after that game, if we can have a stat which says, mm, I guess I was offline. So if we have a stat, how many Yorkers were bowled before that game and after that game? I guess after that game, bowlers have realized that Yorker is the go-to ball.
Yeah, okay, perfect. Vishal, your last final say?
Yeah, just one thing to add from my side. Well, we're moving on to the business end of the tournament, right? So if you look at all the captains, that's where the tournament will be won. How the captains captain their sides, and
Mm.
at this point of time, it's just Hardik Pandya and Shreyas Iyer who have the captaincy experience in the playoffs and leading teams to finals and victories, right? All the others are captaining the side for the first time except LSG, but LSG is a new franchise anyway for Pant. So it's going to be important for us to look at how the captains captain their sides, especially in the pressure situations.
Mm. Okay,
Good one.
those are all the words we have to say about this IPL. Of course, we have more, but not on this call. Thank you for your time. Thank you to listening to Clueless Insanity. That's it from us today. Bye.
Bye.